Hi friends, welcome to Yuvaguru English Theory Lectures. There are two types of lectures with us, Yuvaguru English Theory and Practical. In theory we explain the concept and in practical we solve the practical problems or practical examples. Both these theory and practical videos are useful for CBSE, ICSE and various state boards across India and outside India as well. Anyone who wants to understand English better needs to download this Yuvaguru English app. So let's focus on our topic. Today's topic is formation of comparative and superlative adjectives. Most adjectives of one syllable and some of more than one form the comparative by adding er and the superlative by adding the est to the positive. Sir, kindly follow the video number 15 because this video is just a continuation of that video. Otherwise you won't understand anything. So most adjectives of one syllable. Now what is syllable? A word or a part of word which contains one vowel sound. What are vowels? A, E, I, O, U. What are consonants? All remaining. So vowel sound. Sound means what? See here, sweet. It has a major sound of E. Small. It has a major sound of O means A. Tall, major sound of O means A. Bold, major sound of O. Clever, then E. Ever, clever means E sound is more. Kind, I sound is more. See this, understand it. It's not only what is written. You should not go only by books. You must understand the meaning of that also. Sound it should be. Vowel sound. It should not be only vowel. Okay. To make it more simpler, here, if there are two E's or single A, generally it's said that one syllable or more than one means double E, single A, single O, two E's, I, it's like that. But this is for a simplification, but the correct concept is sound. Sweet, double E, sweet, small, like that. So which has one syllable or more than one syllable form comparative by adding er and superlative by est. Now it's easy. Sweet, comparative er, sweeter. Superlative est, sweetest. Similarly small, smaller, smallest. Tall, taller, tallest. Bold, bolder, boldest. Now it's easy. Clever, cleverer, cleverest. Kind, kinder, kindest. Young, younger, youngest. Great, greater, greatest. When the positive ends in E, then only R and ST are added. Means ER and EST are not added. Only R and ST. So brave, it's ending with E. So only R, braver. And ST, bravest. Similarly others. Fine, finer, finest. Only R and ST. White, whiter, whitest. Large, larger, largest. Concept is it should end with E. Able, abler, ablest. Noble, nobler, noblest. Wise, wiser, wisest. When the positive ends in Y, see this, ends in Y means happy, easy, ends in Y, preceded by consonant. This is also important. It should not only end with Y, preceded by consonant means before that there should be a consonant. So P, S, V, R, H, all these are consonants, right? So when this thing happens, then Y is changed to I before ER and EST. Means Y will be changed to I and then add ER and EST. So positive, comparative, superlative. Happy, happier, happiest, I. Easy, easier, easiest, I. Similarly, heavy, heavier, heaviest. Merry, merrier, merriest. Wealthy, wealthier, wealthiest. When the positive is a word of one syllable, again syllable. Syllable means what? The vowel sound. Importantly remember, vowel sound with one syllable and ends in a single consonant. Means ends in a single consonant. Means end should be a consonant. See this, red, R-E-D, ends in a consonant. And vowel sound, red, R-E, re means E. Or you can also remember in a simpler way, there should be one vowel in this. Big, bi, and preceded by a short vowel means ending with D and preceded by a vowel. So remember only these two things now for easiness. So ending with consonant preceded by a vowel. So T O N I, right? D A T A. See this. Every one is preceded by a vowel and ends with a consonant. So what do we do? This consonant is doubled. Doubled means D is doubled, G is doubled, T is doubled, N is doubled. Similarly D and T in this. Before adding ER and EST. So quite simple now. Red, double it D, redder, reddest. Big, bigger, biggest. Hot, hotter, hottest. Thin, thinner, thinnest. Sad, sadder, saddest. Fat, fatter, fattest. Next is adjectives of more than two syllables. Now two syllables means, again the word syllable means what? Vowel sound. So two vowel sounds. So two vowel sounds means what? Let's come back. See this word. Beautiful. What are the two vowel sounds in this? Bu means EU and T-full, TI. Right? Two vowel sounds. So difficult, diffy you find one and cult one you find one. So cult is a sound of U. Diffy is a sound of I. Industrious. Indus is one and trious is one. Indus is a sound of U. Trious is a sound of I. Okay, you must understand the words first. Then courageous. Courage, yes. Then courage is a sound of U and yes is a sound of E or U you can say. Okay. So when the adjectives of more than two syllable form the comparative and superlative by putting more and most before the positive. More and most. See this. More than two syllable. B U T full. All these are B U T full. Difficult, or else simply you remember more than two vowels should be there. E is there, A is there, U is there, I is there, U is there. Similarly over here. Here also U, I, O, U, right? Even if it is repeated, see this, I is repeated two times. Here I, so more, if the vowels are repeated more than two times, generally it's, so more and most are added. So beautiful, you don't say beautifuler. It's like more beautiful and most beautiful. So remember, more than two vowels in the word, more and most. 90% these are the cases. Difficult, more difficult, most difficult. Industrious, more industrious, most industrious. Courageous, more courageous, most courageous. Remember, this was for more than two syllables. Then these all followed. Now next is two syllable adjectives. Now earlier was for more than two. Now two syllable adjectives ending in full. Example, useful. See this, double L is not there, but sound is full. Less, hopeless. This is one word, hopeless. Then ing means boring. Ed, surprised, and many others. Modern, recent, foolish, famous, certain. Take more or most means either and most means comparative more and superlative most. So it should be useful, more useful, most useful. Hopeless, more hopeless, most hopeless. Surprised, more surprised, most surprised. Then others, modern, more modern, most modern. Similarly others. Here, there are exceptions to everything. These below words are exception to whatever we have studied by now. See this, how? The following take either ER or EST ER and EST or more and most means any of these two can work on these following words. Like, see this, polite. Polite can be politer, politest means comparative and superlative, or it can be more polite, most polite. That is also comparative superlative. Means these words have two types of comparatives and two types of superlatives. Simple, simpler, simplest. More simple, most simple. That is also allowed. Feeble, feebler, feeblest. More feeble, most feeble, most feeble. Gentle, same logic. Gentler, gentlest. More gentle, most gentle. Narrow, narrower, narrowest. More narrow, most narrow. Cruel, crueler, cruelest. Then more cruel and most cruel. Common, commoner, commonest. Then more common, most common. Handsome, now this is difficult. Handsomer, handsomest. More handsome, most handsome. Similarly, pleasant, pleasanter, pleasantest. More pleasant, most pleasant. Stupid, stupider, stupidest. More stupid, most stupid. So, these words carry either er and est or more or most, anything. She is politer than her sister, or she is more polite than her sister. Both will do. He is the politest, this much also is okay. Or he is the most polite, that's it. Of them, if not written, then also it is allowed in superlative sentences. Now next, the comparative in er is not used when we compare two qualities in the same person or a thing. Means in the same person or same thing, if you are comparing two qualities, then you won't be using er. See this, understand this. Same person is important or same thing is important. Like, let's see these examples. Now, if we wish to say that courage of Ram is greater than courage of Balu. Okay. There are two persons, Ram and Balu. Courage of Ram is greater than courage of Balu. So how do we say? We'll say Ram is braver than Balu. Quite simple, right? But what is the condition? Same person or same thing. Now if we wish to say that the courage of Ram is greater than his prudence, means see this, person is same now and two qualities, courage and prudence, same, are condition satisfied? We compare two qualities in the same person or thing. So what do we say? Do we say that Ram is braver than prudent? Then er is not used. Then what we say? We say Ram is more brave than prudent. So in that case more is used. Okay. So when comparing same person, two qualities in the same person or same thing, then you should use more. For example, if you wish to say this book is interesting, means the interest in this book when we read is greater than its size. Means it is more interesting than its, means if you are comparing the two qualities, interest and the big size, then what will you say? The book is more interesting than being bigger. When two objects are compared with each other, the latter term of comparison must exclude the former. Now this is a bit difficult to understand. See here, two objects compared with each other. Okay. The latter term of comparison must exclude the former. Means the latter term which we use must exclude the earlier one. Okay. We'll understand this with example. Iron is more useful than any other metal. This is what you want to say. So comparing what? Iron and metal. Okay. So what is the rule? Latter must exclude the former. Suppose if I say iron is more useful than any metal, I don't remove the, I don't use the word other. I just say more useful than any metal. Then what are we saying actually? Any metal means what? Iron is also a metal. That is saying that it is same thing as iron is more useful than iron, because any metal means iron also comes in that. So that will be wrong. So what we say, any other metal. So because iron is itself a metal, so you can't say iron is better than iron. So that's why we say exclude the former. So we say iron is more useful than any other metal. Okay. Next, irregular comparison. The following adjectives are compared irregularly. Means what? Their comparative and superlative are not formed from the positive. Means what? See here, generally what we do, suppose we say something strong, stronger, strongest. So comparative and superlative are formed from strong only, positive. But here it's not the case. Why? Say this, good. Will you say good or goodest? No. Good, better, best. Well is also the same. Better, best. Bad, evil, ill. All the three words. Worse, worst. Little. Little, do you say littler, littlest? No. Then you say lesser, least. Then much. For both quantity and number, there are two types, right? We have studied this earlier in our video number 14th. Much, more, most. Many, more, most. Right? If it's number, we say many. If it's quantity, we say much. Late. Do you say later? No. You say latter. And superlative, do you say latest? No, you say last. Okay? See these also. Old, older, elder. Then oldest, eldest. It should, he is old. Then while comparing, do you say among the two brothers he is older? No, you say elder. And you say eldest. Right? Far. So farther, farthest. Nigh, nigher, nighest. So next it's actually. Okay? For. Then foremost and first. For, further, furthest. In. Then you say inner, innermost or inner. Up means comparative is inner and this is innermost. Up, upper and uppermost. Out, outer and uttermost. Kindly note the forms nigh, nigher, nighest, for and utter are outdated. All these are old English now. In modern English these are rarely used. So that was it in this video. We'll study it more, means comparative and superlative, in the next video. So download Yuvaguru English app from Play Store to get these videos, question banks, tests directly on your mobile. These videos contain theory and practical, two separate videos. So theory clears the concepts and practical solves the examples. Both these theory and practical videos are useful for CBSE, ICSE, various state boards across India and outside India as well. You can get 500 plus questions with explanations and case studies on your PC. It's a separate paid version. Follow us on Facebook on this link. WhatsApp us on this number for any query related to purchases. Keep studying, keep watching. Thanks.